welcome to a new edition of Cultural Magazine, where we bring you the latest cultural events taking place here in Egypt. Stay tuned to see what we have for you in store. Ladies and gentlemen, today we'll be bringing you the closing ceremony of the Model of UNESCO simulation organized by the Faculty of Economics and Political Science, Cairo University, at the Ministry of Youth and Sports Theater. Stay tuned.
في حد ساعات بيكون جنبك وما بتشوفوش، ما تحسش ابدا بوجوده مع انه قريب، وفي حد يفارق ويسيبنا انما بيعيش جوه قلوبنا، بتغيب الشمس انما اسمه عمره ما بيغيب.
My role at their place is about recruit the members of our staff. That is the first thing. The second thing, which is monitor them based on our evaluation system, monitoring system. Third, to spread the spread of our values, our culture among these members and delegates. Finally, monitor all the stages of our members, delegates, and the staff, the whole staff, to the evaluation system. That's it.
I'm organizer in the Committee of Public Relations. Actually, this gave me a strong ability to deal with many ministers and deal with many dignitaries and famous people. So actually, it gave me a strong ability to just deal with others and to know the others' mind and to deal with all of them. I want to give you some definition about what the meaning of model. Model is a group of students gathering together to simulate maybe an international organization, maybe an organization in country, a government of the country. So we try to imitate this country, and we imitate that ourselves. We are make decisioner or decision makers. So we can imitate this international organization. I think it has a great positive impact on youth. Because actually the youth are studying in the universities and in faculties, they are studying, but they are not applying what they are studying at the university. So these models can apply them to just deal with other people and to know more about their field. So they are applying what they are studying in the faculty maybe or the university they are in.
We gain experience to us and to the students, to the delegates, by we do lessons to them every weekend, every Friday, and different titles.
I'm always delighted to be honored in the name of Nile TV International, representing the channel. It is always great to see Nile TV being honored. Today was really special because the honor came from the youth. So when it comes from the youth, it makes really a difference. Nile TV supports the youth and supports their endeavors for the sake of making our country definitely better. And through our program, your program, Youth Today, we have portrayed numerous success stories of the youth. And also through Cultural Magazine today, because this is a very interesting as well as a very significant initiative on behalf of the youth. They call it the UNESCO simulation. This is an honor by the UNESCO Club. And it is always nice to see the youth participating and taking the roles of decision makers in the simulation of such important entities. Today at the Ministry of Youth of Sports came the UNESCO Club and the UNESCO Club simulation. It was really amazing to see, you know, all those youth participating. To honor Nile TV among the organizations that has supported UNESCO Club is really significant for me. It is very positive and very significant. We saw His Excellency, the President himself, President Sisi, during the different youth forums, attending and also encouraging those models of simulation, like simulating the United Nations, for instance, and more of those reputable entities. It gives the youth a sense of self-confidence. It puts them in the seat of decision makers. Those are really great examples, and we not only need simulations, but simulations are definitely steps for the future. So this means that the youth today are confident. The youth today can lead. They can also, if they put in mind the organization of big events, they do. So it gives more than one reflection and more than one message. Youth of Egypt today are our treasure.
We are a UNESCO simulation model. I am a member in public relations committee in this simulation. We do a lot of efforts to gain experience, to deal with people. The main job to us is to deal with people, to call VIB, actors, artists, and so. In this model, we learn a lot of things. And gain experience and gain certifications. We put it in our CV, UNESCO simulation model. We do a lot of efforts to make our image shine in Cairo University, in all universities in the world.
We deal with VIPs to attend our events or our conference, our closing ceremony. We do all the permissions of events or something like that. That's all. We try to make our reputation good in Cairo University in general, Faculty of Economic Science specific. We gain a lot of experience to join any company after graduation or something like that. We make friends, good friends in this simulation or these models in general. We have a friendly weather kettle with us.
تحسش أبدا بوجوده مع إنه قريب، وفي حد يفارق ويسيبنا إنما بيعيش جوا قلوبنا، وتغيب الشمس إنما اسمه عمره ما بيغيب.
I am trying to, with my friends, to help the people to understand the idea of sustainable development with the help of Ministry of Agriculture. They are trying to, we are the youth, they are using us to help the people that maybe they don't understand the real meaning of sustainable development, us to reach it to them. With the help of the ministry, we have reached many people. We have changed also many people thoughts about sustainable development, and now I think we will reach a good age of this situation of this idea.
It's my first year in the model. In the beginning, when I did the interview with Abdurrahman, he's the head of the HR. I like the idea. I like the idea of how to be HR, how to be HR in my college, how to write report. He gave me a lot how to be like this. And in the department in public relation, they teach me what is even public relation. Like before I joined to the college, I had small idea about it, but after the model, it's wide. I think it's have been wide more than I did before, and being HR is my first time to be HR. And when they accepted me and gave me the chance to be HR for my first time, they teach me how to write reports. It's just I will use it. I will use it every time I will join to something else. So this has been incredible with MUS. In my opinion, Egypt is the same. It's not two countries. Before it was one country. And if I talked about the culture, I should mention Aswan. I have been to Aswan last year, and it's a lot. It's Sudan. The village there is totally our culture, the traditional clothes, the food, how people talk. When I say I'm from Sudan, yeah, you are one, you are not even something else. We are not different countries. We are the same. And what I saw the food. The food was same like Sudan. Even the taste was like Sudan. When I have been to Aswan, I think it's same to Sudan.
A large number of cultural events takes place weekly here in Egypt, and today we will be bringing you some of the most interesting of those events.
Within the government's efforts to enhance relations with the Chinese government and people, Chinese Cultural Week was recently held in cooperation with the Museum of Islamic Arts.
علاقات الصين المصرية مميز وجيدا وجيدا.
Egyptian-Chinese relations are distinct. These relations have been flourishing for more than 63 years. Today, we are here to promote Chinese tourism, especially Henan, which is a tourist city in China. We take this opportunity to acknowledge Egyptians of Chinese culture. In the last 5 years, tourist relations have noticeably flourished. As you notice, Chinese tourists have increased to reach 500,000 coming to Egypt annually, yet not many Egyptians go to China. We are trying to bridge this gap, but we would like people to know that China is a safe and beautiful country that is rich with its ancient civilization. We would like Egyptians to learn more about China and come to visit it. Today's show and exhibition portrays Chinese culture in a film, as well as photographs and artifacts that showcase the rich Chinese ancient civilization.
The museum as International Museum of Islamic Art, so we have many stronger relationship with different institutions of cultural and Islamic art in the wide world. One of them, the Center of Cultural here, Chinese Cultural here. We have a great contract with them in this year, and we will continue, inshallah, for many years in the future. This contract included the exhibition, temporary exhibition about Islamic art and Chinese art in Islamic art in China especially, and Chinese influences and Islamic art influences to China. On the other hand, we have modern exhibition for some photographers and paintings, which is reflected the Henan city, one of the most famous and the most beautiful cities in China as well. So the exhibition today, which is included two great axes. First of all, how to Muslim people contribute in Chinese culture, and how to Muslim people build some of Chinese civilization and Chinese art in the past. On the other hand, the other axis in our exhibition, how to Islamic influences transported to Chinese art in the past, especially in Ming Dynasty and the Qing Dynasty, which is covering the period between 15th to 19th century AD. we have Islamic contribution of an Islamic art contribution in China, Japan, Korea, and several places in the world. So the Chinese people here, all of them as a glad because almost of people today found it some objects which is reflected the Chinese culture and Chinese habits, like some motifs refers to Chinese traditional and Buddhism symbols and something like this. On the other hand, it's very important because reflects the concept of tolerance of Islamic art and the concept of tolerance of Islamic civilization. The Muslim people in China in the past made many artifacts and many motifs which is reflected two identities, the identity of Islamic religion and the national identity of China as well. So I think it's a very kind of tolerance, it's a kind of kindness in Islamic art and Islamic civilization. On the other hand, I think the main concept and the main message for our culture and for our monuments here, the concept of tolerance, the concept of cooperation between different people from several places in the world. It is a museum of Islamic art, as the biggest one in the world of Islamic art. We are keeping and perceiving all monuments of Islamic art from different wares, and we present the museum present different facilities and different activities for children or for family. In this week, for the Chinese Week culture, we present many activities for children and family as well, and we invite all of people to attend here and sharing with us in these activities. We have a specific area and a specific space for different activities, which is keeping and preserving the monuments here at the Museum of Islamic Art.
established the association here since 2009 here in Egypt, and mainly our target is to exchange the tourism, culture and education, economic between Egypt and China. Here we are very happy to present our association here to this tourism event. And we hope that this will be open starting gate between Egypt and China. More tourism will be going abroad to China, visit China, to see most of the beautiful scenery and the history about China. This is what we are going to do, that more Egyptians to go to visit China. Education mainly that we exchange the Egyptian after education of the high school. They study in China in several college and famous universities like the Peking University and the Wuhan University. And at the same time, also there are Chinese who are interested to study Arabic, to study Islamic religion. Also, we let them to study here in Cairo and also in Swiss university.
That wraps up this edition of Cultural Magazine. Hope you've enjoyed it and don't forget to join us next week, same time. Till then, it's goodbye.